This is my DeltaWing 270 Pro awning from Ironman 4x4. You can see it's mounted up here in my 3rd gen Tacoma. I've been running it for about 3 years now, and it's been an absolute dream. I've had one slight issue with my lighting system. Otherwise, it's been completely bomber. This right here is my brand new DeltaWing 270 awning by Ironman 4x4. Mounted on the truck rack here on the new 4th gen Tacoma, it looks really nice. Now, Ironman made a lot of changes to this. Today, we're gonna put the two side by side to see if the new really does beat out the old. Stay tuned. Before we open these up, let's take a look at the outside and work our way to the inside. Starting with the cover on each. The 3rd gen Tacoma here, the older style awning, it has a plastic PVC coated material that covers the awning, and it's actually held up really well. It's had 3 years of pinstriping on it, a lot of brush and trees dragging across this down the trails, and there's not a single tear in it. Now, I will say I have had some issues with the zipper on this cover. It is so tight when it gets either really dusty or kind of muddy, it doesn't want to close very well. However, something I have not experienced with the new awning. Mounting the awnings to both racks was the exact same. They're both mounted to an extruded plate, which just makes mounting very simple and easy. And of course, you have the angry alien here on the older style Ironman awning. Here on the new DeltaWing, the PVC material has gone away and they've completely redesigned it with a more heavy-duty Cordura material, which is actually really nice, especially in these really cold temperatures. The PVC material is really hard to manipulate. It wants to hold its shape, it wants to stay down, so you're fighting it trying to open it up. However, with the Cordura, even in really extreme cold temperatures like today where it's 10 degrees, it's actually holding up really well. It just folds right over and it doesn't need to hold that shape. Much better upgrade in my opinion. Also, the zipper and the zipper flap has been completely redesigned. This cover here stops the zipper from flapping, which is really nice. They've got these really bright green pull tabs, which makes it a lot easier to find, especially in the dark. And the zipper itself is really smooth and nice. No more sticky zipper in my future. I'm also really excited about the angry green alien going away. This new logo redesign is absolutely awesome. I'm gonna deploy each awning to show you how quick and easy these are to set up. Even frozen, it opened up quick and easy. Now, there are a couple things that popped up right away. The PVC cover, like I said before, didn't want to cooperate and it kind of just stays folded over, so you're fighting that a little bit to get it open. And the zipper did open up nicely. However, I don't think that's going to be the case closing it up because it does stick quite a bit. And of course, the other issues with the lighting kit made themselves visible right away. And now I'm gonna go through and tell you what I like and dislike about this generation awning. First off, I like how fast and easy it is to set up. It's really just a no-brainer. Open the zipper, pull it open, and hook it in. Very simple. I do like how rugged it is. I've been in some legit rain and windstorms, and there's a lot of movement in it, probably more than I would like. However, it's never let me down. And honestly, the cover, although I talk crap about the zipper, the cover itself has been actually really sturdy. I have dragged this thing through some branches and brush in Arizona that I thought for sure was just gonna rip it to shreds, and it's held up really well. The scratching is to be expected, but there's been no tears. Now, the way that Ironman integrated the poles into the arms themselves at the time was really cool. You just pull out these two Velcro flaps here, and then this pole just basically pulls out. It's got this little capture end here. It's just a really trick way to have these poles with you if you need them, but they're not in the way if you don't need them. And this was my very first 270 awning, and it's got great coverage. I just like how fast it goes out, and I like the ability to cover the back end of the trucks when I'm cooking. I've cooked multiple times in storms and not gotten wet thanks to this awning right here. Time for the negatives. And the big one for me was the integrated lighting system, which was just executed poorly. Great idea, however, it just didn't work. So basically they have butt lights that slide up into the arms of the awning. However, because they're only 3M taped and they're not riveted or some other kind of hard mount, they just fall down. I have one that's still holding on. The other ones have just fallen down. I've actually replaced the double-sided tape. I've done some things to try to fix it, and it's just never been a good solution. So I've just kind of let them hang, and it's not great. The only other real negative is how much just kind of droop and flop this awning has. From the mounting to the ends of the arms, it's just got a lot of drop, maybe 3 or 4 inches, and it just flops around. You can see it flex. It's just not as rigid as I was hoping it would have been. And now let's open up the new DeltaWing. So the setup itself from old to new is nearly identical, no big difference. Where you do notice the difference is the material itself feels a little bit thicker and a little bit more sturdy, and the arms of the DeltaWing are quite a bit more stout and there's a lot less droop and a lot less flex in this unit compared to the old. And I think the real reason for the old design having so much droop from the top to the ends of the arms was for rain shed. And on the new version, the bars are actually almost perfectly perpendicular. They use this bar right here to push the top up to create that shed angle for water runoff in heavy rainstorms, which is really nice because now I have probably 6 inches overhead and they're almost at the same height, where on the other one, it was rubbing my head as I walked past it. And here in the new one, they integrated the poles into the arms similarly, but better. They're not recessed in, they are strapped on with a single strap instead of 2 straps. It's going to be a lot quicker to deploy if you get into a crazy windstorm that came up out of nowhere. You need to get this thing tied down quick. This is going to be a much faster way to do it. Also, the end of this is on a ball swivel, so you have a lot more adjustment. So if you're parked near a tree stump and you need to get that pole around an obstruction on the ground, it's a lot easier to do with this design compared to the older design. And the whole awning overall is just a lot more rigid, a lot less flex, and obviously a lot less drop. It just feels very secure. And I almost forgot, Ironman changed up the ratchet strap system to actually keep the 270 awning open to this really trick click style pull ratchet system instead of a strap. It is just really cool. Ironman also includes this great pouch that holds all your accessories that you might need for your awning. These are your poles, these are the tie downs, and this is your entire electric kit, which is nice having all of this in a single pouch that we don't lose any of the componentry, and it rolls up and buckles on itself for easy storage. And it hangs really nicely in the track here of the awning, and it's just a really nice touch. And last but not least, the integrated lighting system, which is really slick. They got 90% of the way to this being absolutely phenomenal. And this here is the electrical plug kit for the integrated light system. And it's really trick. It uses a magnetic mount to hook into every single light to power and control the lights. It is really a slick idea. Unfortunately, the one thing I found is that magnets aren't quite strong enough to really make a good tight connection into the light to keep it there. Anything that comes by and touches it, it tends to just kind of fall out, and getting them hooked in just takes a little bit more time. I wish they had just more of a simple, just a plug-in. It would have made things a little bit easier. Yeah, those magnets are absolutely maddening. And also the other thing that is not as big as a deal as I thought when I first initially saw this is that the actual lighting is under the bar itself. So the lights are all kind of hidden under the crossbar that you may not actually use. Now granted, the light bars are significantly longer, so there's a lot of light that even goes around the bars themselves. So again, not a huge issue and not as much as I thought when I initially saw it, but it's something to be just thought about, is that you don't get all of the light that is readily available because the bars are kind of in the way. But again, if you use the bars, you will get all the light. But once you do get them wired up, you get a nice long length of cable to hook it into your battery bank. And the lights themselves come in white, yellow, and amber, and you can vary the intensity of the lighting itself. And they're really nice, sturdy, built into the bars lights. Obviously, in my opinion, the new generation DeltaWing 270 is far superior than the DeltaWing 270 Pro of the older generation. There's a lot of things that are improved, and I think it's well worth the investment if you're in the market for a new awning. Now, once they fix that lighting issue, this thing is gonna be 100%. Currently, they're 90% there. The light issue is super frustrating. Yeah, I maybe didn't describe it quite as well, but you'll get 3 out of the 4 in, and then 1 will get pulled and just pull right out. If they went back to just a straight plug-in style, I think it just simplify everything and make it just more user-friendly. All right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up. It's 10 degrees out, my face is freezing, and I would appreciate the love. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.